Um, all right, I think we'll just give it another 10 seconds for people to join in and settle in. Get familiar with Zoom if you have not used Zoom previously. And we will be starting in the next 10 seconds. All right, perfect. All right. Just give me a second. Let me pull out my slides. All right, everyone. You guys can see me on two different screens. I'm using audio for a separate device. Apologies for that. I had some connectivity issues, so I wanted to have a backup. So formally, welcome everyone. My name is Tanish Khan. I work at HTA, Health Tech Academy, as a product manager, which basically means that all of the programs that we have here at HTA are designed by me and my team. And I'm really excited today to host this webinar and share with you all the information about our programs and ask and give you an option to ask any questions that you guys may have. I'm here as the product manager. I also have a couple of my team members here who will also be helping you throughout the webinar with the questions. So I'm going to share my screen now, and you guys should be able to see the screen at any second now. I think it should be familiar. Um, Let me present. All right, perfect. Starting off with HTA, just a small introduction. We have more than 1,500 students which are enrolled in different allied healthcare training programs that we are offering. We have more than 25 coaches, and each coach has more than 10 years of experience in the healthcare industry. And these coaches will be there to assist you one-on-one. With your queries, with your questions and concerns about the programs. We have more than 10 programs that we are offering. Our student placement rate for the students who have completed the program, who have passed the certification exam, is 100%. And we are headquartered in Austin, Texas. So before go on to the next section, I just want you guys to familiarize yourself with Zoom and and all the settings that are available in Zoom. So there's a question answer feature that you guys probably can see. If you cannot see it, then we have a chat section that you guys can use. At the end of the webinar, we'll have about 10 to 15 minutes. Where you can ask any questions. Stick around till the end to learn about the tuition deals, discounts, some of the fundings that are available for some of you guys as well. I'll try to keep it short and crisp. So I won't be repeating a lot of the information, which might be repetitive in this slide, in these slides. So I'll miss out on that information. But just to give you an overview of how this webinar is going to look like, I'm going to talk about HTA. I'm going to talk about our programs, what we really want to achieve through these programs. Then I would talk about the program flexibility. I'll talk about the bootcamp learning format. And then we are going to talk about something which is very, very interesting. And I think all of you guys will be very fascinated to know about some of the future of allied healthcare and how you can stay relevant to that. Then I'm going to cover some of our boot camps. I'm going to talk about each of the boot camp that we have, and the details about each boot camp. Then we are going to talk about the admission process, financing options, a little bit about the career services. Then we have a few student testimonials that I'll play here, and we'll end with the question answer session. If you guys want to ask any questions in between the webinar, feel free to do that. I will look at the chat every now and then. Although I would definitely suggest that if you want to have a discussion about anything, stick around till the end so we can have a short discussion using the chat feature only. So who we are, I think I talked about this already. HTA it has a team which has more than 20 years of experience around healthcare and the edtech space. And we have a mission to help people like yourself yourself, get into the allied healthcare professions, and we want to help you in every possible way. And we want to help you in every way in our capacity. Here is our vision and mission that you guys can read. I'll leave it there for 5 seconds so you can just read it and understand it. Everything that is written in this vision and mission would be a lot more clearer to you guys as we move forward in this webinar. How our boot camps work. So we work with industry experts that I call subject matter experts, then universities, employers, and healthcare partners to create industry aligned boot camps. Our boot camps have different courses. So, for example, if there's a boot camp of surgical technology, it has different courses. Each course has different lessons. Each lesson has instructor videos, slides, content, textbook, or ebook, and then it will have quizzes and course exams, and there'll be a lot of AI tools that you can use to enhance your learning. You can use a discussion forum to share your thoughts about a certain topic. So that's how the whole learning experience is designed. If I have to give you three key aspects of our boot camps and the programs that we offer, it would be on demand, so you can start anytime you want, then self-paced learning, and then one-on-one coaching sessions. So these are three very important and critical aspects of our programs. Um, so these are some of our partners, and we have a lot more partners, but you guys can see some of them here. We are partnered with NCCT, NHA, a lot of other certifying bodies, and some of the universities, as you guys can see. And there are other partners that you can find on our website as well. In terms of the program flexibility, which we have already talked about, our program is designed for almost all kind of experience levels, especially for those who have no background in the medical field. They are beginners and they have very limited healthcare background or no background at all. Our programs can help students like those. So you don't need to relocate to anywhere. Our program is available for anyone and everybody, and it's all online. Everything is online except the part that if you are enrolled in a program which has clinical requirements like surgical technology, EKG technician, or phlebotomy technician, or sterile processing technician. For those programs, your learning, the training program would still be online, but for your clinicals, you'll have to go into a clinic, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Let's talk a little bit about the future of allied healthcare. And I want to pose this question to all of you guys here. We have quite a few today joining us. And my question is that what is the most fascinating thing that you guys have seen in the medical world that is still in process? So it's not fully adopted all around the world, but something which AI is doing in the healthcare field, or something that the medical technology is doing to the world, to healthcare as a sector, to healthcare as a field that helps other people. What is that one thing which is most fascinating in terms of using AI and technology in the healthcare sector? Take 10 seconds and respond in the chat box. I'd like to hear your thoughts before sharing what I have here on the screen. So what do you guys have seen till now, or something that you can think of in future that with AI and everything? How do you think the healthcare field is going to look like, say in next 10 years or 15 years? Any thoughts, anybody? You can do it. Nothing that you are thinking is right or wrong. That's just your opinion. Non-invasive procedures, absolutely. What else? Do we have any other responses? All right. So while I would give you guys some moment to respond in the chat box, which I would highly encourage you guys to think of it, because if you want to step into this sector, you want to think about the future. And I'm going to talk about a few things which are very well known in the world, of course, but I'm going to talk about them, highlight them, so you guys remember it as you step into the allied healthcare space. So the thing is that allied healthcare space is very, very high in demand. And even with the technology and AI, which is now being integrated into this field widely all around the world, even then, this demand for these roles is only going to increase, because the thing is that the only help that you are getting through these technologies and through AI is becoming more efficient, making sure that the chances of error are a lot lesser. It is not going to take away the jobs. Yes, it would require people to evolve the jobs, to learn more skills in order to perform your job better and to help more people in lesser amount of time. That's all what it is going to do. The best way to stay relevant to all the future and the AI is to step into the industry, work in the industry, and have this mindset to keep learning every day, learn something new so you can do better. If I talk about some of the trends that we see in the industry, we have surgical technology trend where we have robotic assisted surgery, and I think that the proficiency for it is improving every passing day, and there are a lot of surgeries that are happening now using the technology. Then we have medical assisting tools that are being used for patient assessment. There's a lot of automation. There's AI powered electronic health records management that is happening, and a lot of other things that you can imagine in the medical assistant world that is happening with regards to AI and the technology. Then pharmacy technology trends. You have a lot of pharmacy softwares which are using AI. Then sterile processing techniques. I think that's something which is already in place. You have a lot of automation for sterilization process, and a lot of other things that you guys can think of. Better telehealth services. Somebody said in the chat. Better diagnostics. Absolutely, and the diagnosis and treatment of basic to complex healthcare, and hopefully as a proactive means. Absolutely. So there's so much that is happening, and you got to stay relevant to that industry. And the first step is to get into the industry, and the second step is to have the mindset to keep learning and keep growing. So now I will move on to the longest part of this webinar, but there's a lot of information which is the same for most of the programs, so I'm not going to repeat that. Starting off with the first program, that is Surgical Technology Program. The Surgical Technologist Program that we offer here at HTA is through NCCT. We are approved by NCCT, and the certification that we offer is TSC, which is Tech in Surgery Certification. The duration of the program is 16 weeks long. Remember that this timeline is tentative. It's an approximate, considering the fact that you are spending about 10 to 15 hours per week for your program. You will be able to complete this program in 16 weeks. Some students do complete it sooner, and you can absolutely do the same. But remember, this is something that there was a confusion with one of the students who recently graduated. When we say 16 weeks, we say 16 weeks is the time that is needed for you, and that's an average time that is needed for somebody to complete the online training program that we have. It doesn't include the exam time. It doesn't include the time that you have to spend to find your externship, complete your externship. All of that time is not included. So it doesn't mean that in 4 weeks you'll be ready to find a job in the fifth week. Absolutely not. These 4 weeks is the time that you need to prepare for the certification exam, and then you're ready to appear for the certification exam. Although we do recommend for programs like surgical technology that you prepare with us online, complete the training program, then we work together. You and our career services team work together to help you with the clinicals. And once you're done with the clinicals, that's when we want you to sit for the certification exam. And this whole duration, including the training, time it takes to find an externship and to do an externship and then sit for the certification exam, on average, that can take about 12 to 15 months. But again, somebody can do it sooner as well. So please keep that in mind. By 4 weeks, it doesn't mean that you'll have a job in the fifth week. 4 weeks is the online training. Sorry, 4 months is the online training time that we have. The tuition for this program is $3,450 upfront. That's the full cost, but if you pay upfront, we have a discount on that. And I'll share the details about the discount at the end. And we have different monthly payment options starting from $266. Eligibility for all of our programs remain the same, and that is to have a high school equivalent qualification, and you should have internet. One very critical aspect is that you should also know how to browse on internet, because that's a very important part. If you don't know how to browse on internet, you will face a lot of difficulties to complete the program. One thing that is a recommendation, it's not eligibility criteria, it's a pure recommendation for anybody who does not have any kind of medical background and they want to get into the surge tech field. We do recommend them to go for another program like medical assistant, sterile processing technician, EKG, phlebotomy, whatever you feel like it. Do that certification, get a few months or years of experience, and then move to surgical technology, because otherwise it would be difficult for you to complete the requirements or to find a job. I'm not saying that you cannot find the jobs. You can find the job, but it's harder as compared to somebody who has some years of experience in the medical field, or maybe not a professional experience, but you have an academic degree, a qualification, maybe a bachelor's degree in the healthcare field, which can be useful for you to work in the field. In terms of the offerings of the program, most of the offerings are again the same. The programs are completely self-paced. You have 5 one-on-one coaching sessions. You have 2 career services sessions. You have certification exam preparation program through NCCT. You have your ebook, you have skills videos, and the exam voucher. So one of the exam attempts is going to be paid for, and that's included in the price that you pay. Um, Restricted states. Now, this is something which is very, very crucial and very important. So these are the states where this program is not available because of the regulations of those states. So if you are from one of these states, we highly recommend that you do not register for this program. But if you still want to register, you can go ahead, but on your own risk. The only way that it can work out is that you are from one of these states, but you are happy to work in another state. That's when you can do this certification, even if you live in these states. There is one thing that I want to make clear to everybody, because again, this is something that is asked to us all the time, and I want to make this clear, that HTA, Health Tech Academy, is an online training provider. We are partnered with NHA to offer medical assistant, EKG technician, phlebotomy technician, pharmacy technician, a lot of other programs. So we are affiliated with NHA. We are also partnered with NCCT to offer TSC, Tech in Surgery certification. Then we are partnered with, we are an approved training provider by PTCB for the pharmacy technician program, and then other certifying bodies as well. Now, the question that we get a lot of times is that, is the school accredited? Now, there are different accreditation requirements. There are different accreditation bodies that are there in the US. And most of the accreditation bodies are, I wouldn't say old school, but that, for the lack of better term, that's the term that I can think of. But they require a lot of, there are a lot of requirements which require a school to be a traditional school where you go into the school every day. It's an in-person school. It's not an online school. So regulations are now adopting to the fact that there are a lot of online training providers in this industry, and they are successful. They are able to help people find jobs. So accreditations are changing because of that. But at the moment, our program, as an institute, we might not be accredited, but we are affiliated with all these bodies that I just talked about. And all of these exams that you guys pass, so if you pass NCCT's exam or NHA's exam, all those exams are approved nationally. So these are considered nationally accredited exams that you will have passed. So you are absolutely all right to enroll into one of these programs and complete a program online. The accreditation requirements, if they are there for a particular state and that hinders us to offer our program in that particular state, we will tell this to you upfront. So if you are not from one of these states, you are absolutely okay to enroll into this program. And same information would apply to the rest of the programs. I've taken quite a bit to explain a few things which are going to be generic for rest of the programs using this program as a sample. So I hope you guys remember that. You can download the syllabus for all of our programs on our website. I'm not going to, of course, show the syllabus here. Medical assistant program is certified clinical medical assistant CCMA certification through NHA. And this program is a little different from the other programs that we have. And that's because of the pricing that we are offering currently. So the duration is still the same. The certification is CCMA, as I just said. The tuition is $1,250, which is a very, very cheap cost. And that's a very heavy discount that we are offering on the medical assistant program. You can find more details if you go to the website. And we allow weekly payments. And weekly payment is an option that you have for any of our programs. So you can pay on weekly basis, so it's easier for you. And for this program, it's $49 that you have to pay on weekly basis. Eligibility remains the same. Offering remains the same with two exceptions. One is that one-on-one coaching sessions are not available with the coaches for this program at this pricing. If you still want to have coaching sessions, you can talk to the admission advisor. They can explain it to you. The coaching sessions that are only included in this program are the career advising sessions. So that's with the career service advisor, not with an industry expert. And the second thing that is not included is the exam voucher. So the exam voucher is not included, but everything else, all the content is included into this program, and this program is restricted in these two states. Then we have patient care technician. CPCD, that is Certified Patient Care Technician by NHA. The program's length is the same. Certification you already know. The tuition is the same as Search Tech. Eligibility offering is also the same as Search Tech. And we have 3 states here where the program is restricted. So if you are from one of these states, we do not recommend you to sign up for this program. All right, so for pharmacy technician program, we have 2 different programs. One is pharmacy technician certification or pharmacy technician program, and the other one is pharmacy technician professional program. The first one, which is right here, that one is through NHA, and there are these restricted states where the program cannot be offered. And then the tuition and eligibility, everything is the same as the previous program that I covered. The other program, which is through PTCB, that is again the same certification, but it's a bit more advanced level. PTCB is a lot more accepted all around the US by the employer. So if they have a candidate which has NHA certification and PTCB certification, they will prefer the PTCB certification more. So we also offer that program, which will come, I think, at the end. Then we have dental assistant program. The requirements are the same. Certification is registered dental assistant through AMT. Duration is the same. Eligibility criteria is right here. Offerings are the same, and restricted states are these 6 states. Okay, so till now, all the programs that I've covered, surgical technology is the only program that had clinical requirements, where you have to complete certain number of clinical hours in order to be fully certified. Other than that, none of these programs require any kind of externships or clinical hours. However, if you are unable to find a job, we do recommend you to find an unpaid work, which is basically the externship, which can help you gain some hands-on experience, and that will absolutely be crucial and very, very helpful when you'll be looking for jobs. Sterile processing technician program. So that's the second program. that has certain clinical hours that you can complete. And if you're somebody who's really, really passionate about surgical technology, but you do not have any experience whatsoever in the healthcare sector, in the healthcare field, then we highly recommend that you register for sterile processing technician program, become a sterile processing technician, and then move to surge tech roles, because that's a better growth trajectory that you can think of. So the program length is the same. Certification is CRCST through HSPA. The tuition is the same. Eligibility is the same. And the best part is that there are no restricted states for this program, as this certification is accepted all around the US. The offerings are the same, and it includes the exam voucher, and it includes the one-on-one coaching session. Any programs which are at $3,450 price include all of the offerings. Phlebotomy technician certification is the third certification that also has clinical hours, but those clinical hours are very, very limited as compared to surge tech and sterile processing technicians. And this program is also shorter than the normal programs. So the average time to complete is 12 weeks. And the certification is NHA certification, which is Certified Phlebotomy Technician CPT. This program's cost is lesser as well. The upfront is $2,000, and the payment options start from $141 monthly. But we also have the weekly options, as I shared. Eligibility criteria is the same. Offerings are the same. And if you look at the offerings, it includes the coaching sessions and the exam voucher, because this program is overall a shorter program. And restricted states are these 6 states. Medical billing and coding and medical coding. So I'll start off with medical billing and coding. If you're somebody who wants to get into the medical coder professional, or a medical biller profession, or medical billing and coding profession, we recommend you to start off with medical billing and coding, which is a beginner level certification. It's a 12 weeks long program, offers certified billing and coding specialist through NHA, CBCS. That's what we call the certification. The tuition is the same, $3,450. Eligibility is the same as well. And the best part again is that this program has no restricted states, and you can complete it from anywhere, even around the world, if you want to work in the US later on. So we had one of our students who was basically doing his master's in Europe, and he completed the medical billing and coding certification through HTA while sitting in Europe, passed the certification exam, which was conducted by NHA online, and then he flew back to US after 6 months after completing his master's. No, his bachelor's, I think. Yeah, he was doing his bachelor's. After completing his bachelor's, he went back to US, and at the moment he's looking for different jobs. I think it has been about a month he has been working with our career services team, and he's looking for jobs, and we can see the potential that it has, that you can be anywhere and you can complete this program. And after you're done with medical billing and coding, because medical billing and coding specialist program is focused on medical billing a lot more, and that's very, very foundation level. And medical coding portion is probably 10 to 15% of it. And then when you are equipped with those basic skills, you can sit for the medical coding professional exam, which is CPCA through AAPC. The certification requirements are the same. Everything else is the same. The price is the same, and restricted states are none. Healthcare IT, which is a combination of 2 different certifications. It's the only program that we have that offers 2 different certifications. That's ITF Plus, IT Fundamental Plus by CompTIA, and CEHRS, Certified Electronic Health Records by NHA. The program is 16 weeks long. The upfront fee is $3,950. Eligibility criteria and the offerings are the same, and there are 4 restricted states. The best thing about this program is not that it only has 4 restricted states. The best thing about this program is that it not only helps you prepare for these 2 certification exams, but also helps you set up the right foundation if you want to grow into a role of a Healthcare Information Management Specialist, or you want to appear for the KHIM certification. We do not offer a KHIM certification program at the moment. We are planning to do that in future. However, if you complete this program, it will give you the right kind of foundation level knowledge that will help you for that certification in the future. And even if you don't go with that, it will give you basics of data management, basic of data analysis, basics of using Microsoft, that project management, a lot of other professional skills that you need in the medical world, in the allied healthcare world, and it would be very, very handy for you guys. So that's the healthcare IT certification. Then we have medical health record specialist, which is CEHRS. This is one of the certifications from healthcare IT program. The duration of this program is 12 weeks long. Again, it's an estimate, so you can complete it sooner. The tuition is $2,000, so it's a shorter program, so it's $2,000. Offerings are the same. Everything is offered. The best part of healthcare IT, the second best part for healthcare IT program is that you get 2 exam vouchers. The number of coaching sessions are the same. You only get 5 coaching sessions, but you get 2 exam vouchers and 2 no, I think nothing else is due. So you get 2 exam vouchers. That's the second best part for healthcare IT program. Medical health record specialist, I've already talked about. The offerings are the same, and there are 4 restricted states, which are the same as healthcare IT program. You can download the syllabus from the website. Okay, now EKG technician. Remember, I told about surgical technology, phlebotomy technician, and sterile processing technician, and now electrocardiogram technician, EKG technician, which is the 4th program that has clinical hour requirements, extrinsic requirements for you to complete if you want to be fully certified. The certification for this program is not EKG, it's CET, Certified EKG Technician by NHA. The program is shortest here at HTA. It's 8 weeks long. The upfront fee is $2,000. The monthly payment starts from $141. You can also go with the weekly or bi-monthly options as well. The offerings are the same, and there are no restricted states, which is the best part. Healthcare leadership. This program is not offering any certification by a certifying body. This is an internal program, and you get the HTA certificate for it. This program basically helps you learn the leadership skills if you are somebody who is going to become a manager in the near future, or you are somebody who wants to become a manager. You're starting your career, but you want to learn those leadership skills that are going to be very, very handy to you when you work with your managers as well. Then this program is made for you. You can enroll and complete this program in 12 weeks. So remember, I talked about the pharmacy technician professional program at the start when I was covering the NHA program. So this is the PTCB certification that we offer, and this is widely accepted in the US. So I would recommend that if you're comparing these 2 certifications, go with the PTCB option. There are some of the restricted states. The updated information should be available on the website. I think there are quite a few restricted states similar to the NHA certification. I was not able to update this slide, so apologies for that. But the rest of the information is the same. Duration certification is not HTA. It is through PTCB, Certified Pharmacy Technician, and rest of the details are the same. Let's move on to the admission process. So once you know which program you want to do, or you just want to talk to somebody, you can schedule a call with the admission advisor. Then you can discuss the bootcamp detail, or you can compare different bootcamps by asking them the questions. And then you pay the tuition and you start your preferred bootcamp straight away. When it comes to the payment options, we have upfront payments available, and there are certain discounts that you get if you pay upfront. I mean, it's a significant amount. It's not 1% or 2%. And then we have monthly installment options, which are available through our financing partners like Fortify, Edley, Selime, and different others. You also have the weekly installment option or the bi-monthly installment option for all of the programs. I think this was something which somebody asked as well. Yes, so Surge Deck also has the weekly payment option too. Every program has that option. Just talk about that option. I know this is not listed here, but this webinar is being recorded, so it is on the record. I've said it. They'll have to make it happen for you guys at least. I'm kidding. It is there for everybody and anyone. Study now, pay later option through a firm is also there. You can talk to the admission advisors, and they can help you review your eligibility. We also have military education benefits, MICA funding available for the eligible students. And then we have Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, WIOA funding available as well. And I think that is something that Chester would talk about in a lot more detail. So I think I'll give it over to Chester to talk about the WIOA funding and a few other fundings that are available for the students if they meet the eligibility criteria. Over to you, Chester.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Should be evening most places. Well, I'm Chester, Senior Regional Development Manager here, the Senior Regional Development Manager here with HTA. And I want to talk to you quickly about the WIOA, which is Workforce Investment Opportunity Act. That particular grant is generally managed locally by your local workforce offices. Certain states call them American Job Centers, certain states call them unemployment offices, and some states call them workforce centers. So um, whatever applies on your state, use that. Um, the process is to contact the Workforce Center and ask that you be enrolled into an orientation to gain access to the WIOA funding, which is WIOA or Workforce Investment Opportunity Act. Now, the program is designed for people who are either unemployed or underemployed. The underemployed portion of it is if you're working less than 40 hours a week, or if you're attaining less than $37,250 for your household income with one child. If you have more children, then you're allowed to make more money. If you meet that criteria, you're a U.S. citizen, you have valid identification, you could be a great candidate and a great fit for that grant opportunity in your state, and we use it often. They do require that you be 18 or older, have a GED. You need to be eligible or not if you're not receiving SNAP benefits, which are considered food stamps or cash assistance, or if you have reduced rent through the housing department of your local state, any type of like Medicare or Medicaid, those type of items that you would be able to be receiving, that also makes you a good candidate to be eligible for the WIOA funding. It's pretty straightforward and simple. Sometimes it takes a little while, but they do pay the school in full and complete for your actual program. So as you heard Donish talk about how the program is, generally between 3 to 6 months long, you could definitely end up turning your life around and going from a job hunt to a career hunt, which is because you have the actual skill set or the credential. Once you pass the certification, then that could definitely make you a great candidate to move forward in that aspect. Um, Reach out to me if you have more questions about the WIOA funding. My phone number is 512-788-5553. There's my email there as well at chester.middlebrooks@healthtechacademy.org. There's some other funding opportunities that we have as well. If you are of Native descendantship, which could be Native Alaskan, Native Hawaiian, or Native American, um, indigenous blood. If you have a CIB card, or if you have a parent who was of native descendancy and they have a CIB card, we have wonderful, really fast turnaround tribal funding opportunities that will allow you to gain access to complete funding for your actual training program. So you can pick what if the training program is approved in your area, because there are some that have some exclusions, but we could get that taken care of for you as well. So reach out to me as well at 512-788-5553 or at chester.middlebrooks@healthtechacademy.org as well for that particular funding source as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chester. And if you guys have any questions, Chester is going to be here for the question answer session, so he can respond to any questions about these fundings as well.
Yeah, Donish, there's one more too. If you have in each state they have what's called the state vocational rehab centers. If you have some ailments that are considered a disability, if you have a disability rating, if you have um, blindness in one eye or both eyes, if you have a hearing loss, asthma, those type of things, give me a call, because your state and local workforce offices also have funding that will pay for retraining to get into an in-demand occupation as well, and I can handle that as well for you.
And one thing that I'll suggest is that if you are somebody who is thinking about the eligibility criteria and you're not entirely sure, you think that you might be eligible and you're confused about it, just give a call to Chester and talk to him, and he will give you the clarity about it. All right. Moving on to the next part of the webinar, which is going to be HTA Career Services. So as you guys know that our purpose is to help students like yourself find jobs. However, the thing is, and the reality is that we cannot hand you the fish. We can teach you how to catch your first fish. We can equip you with the right tools, with the right skills, and give you the knowledge for it. And be there for you throughout the whole process, and that's the promise that we make to you guys. So we have different kind of career services that are available to help you land your first job, but in order to get to that point, we have a lot of milestones to achieve, and you alongside with the career services team will be working together to make that happen. In terms of the resources and the support that is available, we have one-on-one career advising sessions. You have to take two advising sessions with the coach, one-on-one. Then we have, not with the coach, it's called career services advisor. So two career services sessions with the advisor. There are 5 coaching sessions that are available with each program that is separate, that is other than these two career advising sessions, because these are just going to be focused on your externships or finding the job, contacting the hospitals and stuff like that. The tools that we will give you as part of the career services program is that for each of our boot camp, you will have a professional development course at the end, which will allow you to equip yourself with skills like time management, working with the manager, and different other soft skills which are very useful for you to become a well-rounded professional. Then will help you with your professional profile building, like resume, LinkedIn profiles, and really help you understand how networking is very, very important in any field that you are in. It might not be helpful straight away, but it would definitely help you in future. And you will have direct communication with the career service advisor. You'll have their contact number. You can contact them whenever you want. And then if you have any kind of interviews ever scheduled, our team will help you with the preparation of those interviews as well. uh, one thing that I would like to make clear is that the career services process is not that straightforward. We have some affiliations all around the US in some of the states, not all around the US. In some of the states, we have our affiliations in about 40 locations. However, the thing is that we cannot guarantee that all of those 40 locations would be ready to have our students for jobs or for externships. And for that reason, it's going to be a mutual effort where you can locate, okay, these are the hospitals or the clinics around your area, and then you can work with our team to reach out to them. And then whenever we have any hospital or clinic or a site saying yes to you for your job or for your externship, from that point onward, the process is not completed at that point. There's a lot of legality, a lot of contracts that we have to sign, a lot of documentation that we as a school have to share with them. We will take care of all that process and we'll keep you posted. But in order to get to that point, we will need your support. When you talk to the admission advisors, if you are concerned about the externship process, ask them about the externship process, and they'll share with you the documentation that we use for the externships, and they will also share different links. One of the links is going to be my video where I've explained the whole externship process. So do watch that if you're concerned about the externship process. These are some of the student testimonials that we have, and you guys can read some of these online on our website as well. But along with that, I'm now going to share a couple of videos from some of our students. So I'll play one Surge Tech video and then one medical assistant video. In fact, yeah, I think let's do these two. All right, I'll start with EFTA. Let me know in the chat box when you guys can hear the sound.
My name is Efta Desrathobi. I currently live in Miami, Florida. My aim is to do surgical tech, and I was able to find that out through Health Tech Academy through a referral of my sister, which we both signed up at the same time, and I'm pretty glad that she did because of the help with Health Tech Academy. With the fact that it is accredited with NCCT, which was an important factor into signing up and getting the help that I was able to receive from the career coaches, from the teachers, the professors, things like of that nature, has been instrumental in the success rate of being.
Were you guys able to hear that? I don't think you guys were hearing that. So you get the idea. You can watch these testimonials on the YouTube HTA's channel because it's great to hear from the students who have been through that journey that you are going to go into. So now I will start the question answer session. And before I uh, in fact, you guys can start writing your questions in the chat box. And in the meanwhile, I'll just answer some of the questions which go like, how long does an HTA bootcamp complete? So every bootcamp has a different length, but that length is tentative, it's estimated. On the fact that you have about 15 hours of study every week, then you can complete most of our programs in 16 weeks. However, if you spend more time, you can absolutely complete them sooner. What are the tuition costs? So the cost is different, ranging from $1,250 to $3,950. So it depends on the boot camp, but we have different tuition options available for you. So do look into those. Can I keep working while I take the boot camp? Absolutely, yes. This is the reason why we have an online school, which is going to be there for you 24/7, so you can complete your learning alongside with a job, or if you're a full-time mother, or anyone who has any kind of limitation because of which they cannot go into an in-person school, or they prefer something online and they want to have the mobility. You can travel and then you can study at the same time. So you absolutely can do that. Will I get a job after completing an HTA bootcamp? You are highly likely to get a job after you complete an HTA bootcamp. However, we cannot guarantee that. We do not guarantee the externships. We do not guarantee the job placement. However, we guarantee all the support that we can offer to you, and we will stick around till the end of that journey, no matter how long it takes. And we expect the exact same from you, because this process of finding a job is daunting. It's challenging, and we want you to know that you're not alone in that journey, and we will be there throughout your journey to find the right job. What is the criteria to qualify to apply for HTA bootcamps? You only need to have an high school equivalent qualification, an internet connection, and ability to browse on the internet. So now the floor is open for the questions. Use the chat box to ask the questions. And while you guys do that, we have quite a few offers up here. We have up to 40% tuition discounts for some of our programs. In fact, almost all of our programs. So you can have Search Tech and other programs which are costed at $3,450. You have an hefty discount right here. This is surprising for me as well. Wow. $2,070 for the program if you pay upfront. You have to pay upfront for these programs if you want to avail the discount. And then we have the medical assistant program, which was in reality it was $2,700. We were offering it at $1,250, which was a big discount even then. But on top of that, we've now added $251 for Black Friday sales. So these deals you guys absolutely should take. If you want to visit the website, this is the QR code. This is the QR code to schedule the time with our admissions team. You also have their contact number, which is also on the website, and their email address. And if you are confused about which program you should take, we can recommend you one of the programs if you complete this career assessment. All right. Okay. I think I am not seeing any questions, right? Yeah, that is great. Does that mean that you guys understand everything really well? And if that is the case, I'm gonna wait to see all of these names that I'm reading in the attendees. I gotta see all of these enrolled in one of our programs. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to the team. The team will be there to help you in every possible way. And along with that, if there's anything that you're concerned about and you feel like your questions have not been answered, okay, I do see a few questions. Let me get to them. But if there is anything that you think that the team is not able to help you with, I'm more than happy to get on a call with you and then answer any questions there, or you can send me an email. My email is danish.khan. You can read my name right here. So it's danish.khan@healthtechacademy.org, which is basically our website. So you can use that email to reach out to me. What is the maximum time for you to complete the program beyond 16 weeks? So Dominic, the thing is that you will have access to the program for 12 months. So you can complete it in that time, although we do encourage you to complete it sooner. Is it possible to complete a clinical at a state restricted hospital? So the thing is that you can do clinicals at any place where the employer is ready to get you on board. So we have had cases where the students were enrolled into the program and then something happened and they moved to a state where the program was originally not available, but they were still able to find hospitals that were happy to have them on board, even with that certification. So at the end of the day, it's on the discretion of the employer if they want to take you on board or not. Can we pay upfront now and postpone the start date? Absolutely, yes. If you do that, you will be able to avail the discount, but we will have your admission deferred so you can start at the time that you will be giving us. All right. Yeah, I think Dominic, I've answered your question. Sorry, I wasn't seeing the question answer feature for some reason. Perfect. So I've answered these two questions. If there's anything else, I'm still here, guys. What about the clinical aspect? Dominic, can you elaborate on that? What do you mean by clinical aspect? I mean, if you're talking about the clinical hours, that's requirement for 4 of our programs. And you have to find an externship site that allows you to complete those hours at that place, and at the end they'll have to sign off a checklist which will be given to you. You can find the checklist on the website as well. Minimum time and maximum. Okay, so it really depends on the program. So for example, for surgical technology, you're required to do 125 surgical cases. Now, in order to complete 125 surgical cases, on average it can take about 4 to 5 months, right? But if you find a clinical site which is happy to have you on board and they give you a lot of shifts, a lot of rotations, you might be able to do it in 3 months. But that's the 4 to 5 months is the average time. I can't tell you the maximum or minimum because it depends on the site that you are working at. For sterile processing technician, you need 400 clinical hours. Again, that depends on the number of rotations that you can find. Again, that will take about 5 to 6 months as well. For EKG technician and for phlebotomy technician, the requirements are a lot lesser. So those requirements can be completed in minimum 1 month or maximum 2 months. But again, at the end of the day, that's not a requirement from our side. That is just, it depends on the clinical side that you're working at and their capacity or their need. So that's how it is. Yeah, I think we are done with all the questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking out the time. It was really nice talking to all of you guys, and I hope to see some of you guys on the other side as the students here at HTA. I and my team here at HTA will be waiting for you guys to enroll, and I wish you all the best for your future allied healthcare professions. Take care, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.